G'day Steel Nation, how you going? It's Mark here, Mark Davidson from Steel Nation Australia. What's going on? Let's continue! What's that? Let's go! Baby! Yes! Yes! Let's go!
What's the deal with the schedule?
So I think the stereotype that we drink Fosters, and the first Foster I saw was in Pittsburgh. It's a true story.
Yeah,
The first ever Foster I saw was in America. I've never seen one
I thought that
here.
was like Australia for beer.
For what? Alrighty, Steel Nation, where am I? Oh my goodness, this is just a joke. Why is my camera not connected? Yeah. You get the microphone working, and the next minute the camera doesn't work. I'm now using the camera on my laptop because apparently the camera on my other thing does not work. All right, we'll go with it. Look how fuzzy my hair's getting. Is my microphone working? I hope so, because my camera sure isn't working. I got one thing, Steel Nation, that I want to. Is my microphone working? Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. I can't help it. And I do love talking that way. All right, we'll go with it. I got one thing I want to start off with, and thanks everyone coming to the show. It's late night Monday, your Monday in USA. I've just had a big weekend down in Sydney. So this is why the title is the book of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it sounds good. Excellent. Okay, cool. Yeah, the title is The Book of the Pittsburgh Steelers because if you haven't seen that show, the Book of Mormon, it's really funny. It's really, really funny. I enjoyed it. It was like my first time seeing a theater production. Just the fact they can move around and change their clothes and the stage, it all just works, and the singing and stuff like that, the acting and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun, I got to tell you. I think I enjoyed that more. I enjoyed the Book of Mormon more than I did Mark Normand, and I saw both. Excellent, so I'm good. But I do want to start off somewhere where I'm a bit pissed off, because I was talking with my friend about this last night, and what the news does. And yes, the Steelers now, they're in their day off, right? And I will talk about too. Oh no, just quickly. It's not too much to really talk about. Cordero Patterson has been fired on his day off. Ah well, no worries. Sorry, mate, but I don't think he was that big of an impact really for the Steelers. He only played a few games here and there. He was always going to get cut. I don't know why that Patterson was brought along so long into training camp and mini camps and this, but I think even he expected it, really. I think even he expected it that he was going to get cut. But he wrote on his Twitter or Instagram saying, "Washed up RB has been cut by the Steelers," and that's him. But are we that surprised? That's not really a massive move where I'm not that surprised that happened, right? So in other stuff like that, the Steelers have their day off. I'd rather get fired on my day off than drive. Or 100%. It was always going to happen. He was never going to make the 53. He wasn't going to make practice squad. He's a 10-year, 11-year vet. He played a lot of good football in his early career with the Vikings, and a really great kick returner. And shout out to him for one of the really good careers in the NFL that have been going on, because NFL can only last 3 or 4 years. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. It was always going to happen, right? Yeah, I was on the day off for the next week when they do it. They'll have to do it at some stage, right? But that's not what I'm angry about. As I roll my sleeves up, because me and my friend were talking about this last night. We're playing games. We're playing. At the moment we're playing Battlefield 5. We just muck around maybe once or twice or 3 times a week for an hour or two, and we just to chill out, right? Just to play games and chill out, like just to have a bit of bro time and whatnot, right? And we started talking about the overall, like I think, is it sensation? No, not sensationalism. Like overall drama and how these, podcasters, YouTubers, media, websites, Facebook, all this stuff right now on social media, everything is negative. Everything's really like, oh, the Steelers did this and that sucks. Like, he's not a Steelers fan. He's a big fan of cricket. And sometimes he'll watch podcasts and cricket and stuff like that. And we started talking about like, it really only works to a certain metric to get the views and all that kind of shit is when you go negative, right? And the first thing I come across today was our good mate Chat Sports, and there are a lot of reporters out there from DK Sports or all those guys, journalism who are trying to do actual journalism, and there are other ones that sit back who are living in Dallas or Los Angeles, and they put that spin to it. And the thing why it annoys me is it gives a bad perception for our team. And I don't think it's that bad. Training camp, I think, is just a bunch of sometimes offense will win and sometimes defense will win, right? Sometimes you'll see a player make a nice tackle or a misstep, and another time you'll see a player go for a nice route for a TD. It's training camp. It's practice, right? It definitely does, and that's what I want to talk about. So negativity gets a clicks, but I'm super thankful you guys are in here because I don't play that fucking game. If I did play that game, maybe it would be more than what it is, but I'm super happy that it's here like this. I know, Daredevil, I know. I was down there at the Star, and the Bulldogs having their way with the Eagles. They won like 40 to something. I was in the Star in the casino, and I was watching the Manly Seagulls get absolutely thumped, 100%. But here's what I want to bring up, and there's some narrative at play in the storylines, and we want to talk about it because we are now pretty much in it. Like, we are now in training camp, days off, football, pads on next. I'm doing podcasts with Steeler Dynasty Podcast tomorrow. We're going to talk football and talk everything that we like about the team and what's coming up. But what really sells and is this fear shit. It's always this fear shit. It's always like, this happened, or hang on a minute, this guy didn't make the correct rep, or Zach Frazier has bad snapping problems. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't matter. Now, if he's doing this into week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going bad, then yeah, it does matter. But I think during training camp, it doesn't matter. Like I talked about in G'day Steelers Nation, just because Rodgers, and now this is the first time I was on his side, because he threw one pick. It's all that fear drama of like, ooh, the Steelers are in trouble. It's fucking July. Anyways, I want to bring this up, right? I want to bring this up, and this is one that was from Chat Sports. Time to worry, and let me read the caption from the Twitter that it makes my blood boil. Jack Sparrow said, "Is it officially time to worry about the Roman Wilson and Broderick Jones after slow starts in camp?" Why would it be officially time to worry? I don't get that. Why would it be officially time after 4 days of practice? We're talking about practice, right? 4 days of practice. It's officially time to worry. No, it makes no sense. Like, we're going to go through camp. We're going to see highlights and lowlights. We're going to see some bad things, some good things. We're going to be surrounded by, different takes all the time from Steelers, beat reporters and this, and this, and other YouTubers saying this, and whatever, right? But to say, like, it's officially time to worry, this kind of shit irks me and really pisses me off because they do this because it sells articles, it sells the brand of the team. But I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried about... Now, Jones, if he, from reports from Michael Bowley, maybe has missed a bit of a step. Maybe he's a tad bit slow. But am I worried right now sitting in July? I don't wait. I wrote a comment on the Steelers hangover. Someone said Claude Bishop put out their super chat. And we're all linked together. Everyone kind of knows everyone, right? Everyone talks on different podcasts. They all fucking know everyone. But Claude Bishop put out there, and he said... And he asked me the question the other day, He said, "What are your concerns?" Right? And I'm not really. I don't get stressed out or worried. I don't wait 7 months, 7 fucking months, to then get worried about my team. This is the time when we have actually made better choices, and I think players, and you can see now different schemes, and I think even listening to Mike Tomlin, listening to Jalen Ramsey, how they're going to use their cornerbacks, and the cornerbacks are probably a better room than last year. I'm not worried about, like, I don't wait 7 months to be like, oh, nah, it's all over. Like, I don't get that shit, man. And it happens every time. Every single year in the last 5 years, I've been doing the Steelers content online. You'll see that they're going to lay a ducky against the Bills. We beat them. The Bengals are going to beat us. We beat them, right? Minka blocked a friggin' field goal. Like, he blocked a field goal to win. So this kind of stuff, it fires me up because it's the perception. It's the overall perception of trying to make our team something that it's not. When in reality, I think the real perception is they got better at quarterback. You could argue that if you want to, but they did. Got better at quarterback position, with even Will Howard being the third guy and Mason Rudolph number 2. They got better at running back, I think, unlike Najee. They got better at receiver. Yes, it still looks fairly the same, but you're really trading DK Metcalf for George Pickens, right? They got better at cornerback. They're getting better at O-line, I'm pretty sure, like with the Jones going to his left side, natural side, and getting Troy Fautano back from injury, and Zach Frazier into his year 2 and the guy next to him, right? I think they're getting better in that, on the offense. Tight end room, they definitely got better with the addition of Jonnu Smith. And yeah, with Roman Wilson, like, time to worry, or Jones time to worry, it's not time to worry. It's just, anyways, enough of the old chat sports, because they just sell this fear brand, always trying to sell you something wrong. Always. You can be critical. You can be a bit like, okay, I think this should be, maybe this needs to develop, or this needs to change. But the overall fear brand, I think it's crap. I think it's just a shit way to do journalism. I think it's a really shit way to represent the team overall. The real way you represent your team is by going to training camp or going to games and waving your fucking terrible tail 100%. Anyways, I wanted to start there before we get into other stuff, because it's just this representation of, like, the Steelers are going to go 9-8. The Steelers are going to go this. I always say, has it happened yet? And I'm really keen to enjoy this season, because I was just listening to Caleb Johnson. I'm trying to catch up on all the interviews and all the highlights. Him talking about the team, the fact that he gets to learn from Warren, Kenny G. He gets to learn under Mike Tomlin. He's keen there to be a Steeler. And once we see these guys put the pads on, it's going to be fun for full contact. It's going to be a lot of fun. TJ Watt signed his deal. The defense does look like a top 10 defense on paper for sure. But when it puts that paper into practice, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a good time. So I don't want to start there, because sometimes these, these different channels and different, the Andrew Filipponis and the Mark Maddens, they just give the Steelers a bad representation. Where on the flip side, I'm trying to tell you guys, this is going to be a good season. Like, we have better pieces around different parts, even for a middle linebacker situation with Peyton Wilson. I think he's going to go into that role too. But our cornerbacks, man, and the defense looks pretty fun. Anyways, I wanted to start there. Alrighty. Gene says, what's weird is I come here for the family. I honestly watch those others to get angry. They make me angry too. They really do. That said, we can't take video at camp, but maybe I can get some pictures. Yeah, I do. I see a lot of journalists will take videos and put them online. But it's like this is what I was talking about with my mate too. The conversation we had last night playing games was right now on social media and YouTube and all these kind of things, and to cover our team. If a fucking player sneezes, if they fucking sneeze at the camp, they're going to report about it, right? Everything is reported. It wasn't like that 10 years ago. Everything's like, oh my goodness, did you see Roman Wilson almost trip over and not catch a ball? Oh, he sucks. I don't get it, man. And Michael's right. Way too early for any opinion, really. Gene says, my family wouldn't pay for season if we were worried. 100%, yeah. And G-Double says the season is over. TDs, thank you, mate, for the $1.99. You need to be You need to be more negative on the 12 hour for cash. I just can't. I can't be. And speaking of that, so what we're gonna do is, I thought about it, and I do want to try the 24-hour stream, but it doesn't make sense. it just doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense because it's too long. I probably can't sit in a chair for 24 hours. We're going to get bored. But my goal is to start from 3 p.m. on Saturday, August 9th, till 3 a.m. Sunday, which is my 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're going to go 12 hours straight. We're going to do Steelers talk. We're going to watch the game. And also I'll try and get on like podcasts like Zaya, Here We Go show. Devin, he did a really good, if you want to go watch something, and Devin, if you're watching, man, this is the Steelers shit that I want to do, right? The Steelers stuff that I want to talk about. Go watch a Here We Go show, and it's Will Howard journey to the NFL. That's the stuff that gets you pumped up and believes in the team. It's like, all right, this team can go pretty far, maybe next year if he plays next year, right? But they're just going to say, he's a 6th round pick. He doesn't mean much. Go watch Here We Go show, Devin and his content. Go watch Zay and the Steelers, his content, where people still know what they're talking about in terms of X's and O's and what the team needs and this, but they have a pretty good viewpoint. Even Arsenal DB, who does a Steelers syndicate, has much better takes than some of these other, losers on the internet that just spread the fucking fear. We're in July, almost August. We haven't seen preseason football yet. It's coming around the corner in 12 days' time. In the NFL Hall of Fame game is coming up very soon. So yeah, thank you TD for the $1.99. I just can't be. I can be a bit critical of the team, but I won't be negative. I won't be like, this team sucks. The season's over. I just won't do that. It just doesn't. It's not in my brain to do that. I'm always I'm structured, and the way I'm built is to see something better than what it is. And if it is really shit, and if you're having a bad time, then you can always get out of it, no matter what. I've been for a lot of bad times, including this year and last year and many years, and everyone's been for bad times. You're always built to get out of the fucker, right? You don't stay there and sit in misery. You climb out of the ladder. If the ladder's broken, you make stairs. If the stairs can't get out, you jump up. You just try and get out of the hole as best you can. You don't stay there. But some of these YouTubers, people, they just like sit in the fear. And the fear shit. Gene says, why don't you wind your fantasy draft into the 24-hour? No, I'm not going to do the 20. We're going to do the fantasy draft. If you guys are involved, it's going to be August 31st, like 1 week before. You guys would have got an email for that too. But I won't. I won't be doing a 24-hour pretty much because it's just too long. It's just really long. I think 2 12 hours will justify ends to a mean. It'll be a lot of Steeler talk in those preseason games, and then we'll be covering it, watching it, talking about it, doing all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's insane, man. I know I talk about it, but sometimes I let it go for a month or 2, 3 months, and then it just comes back and gets me, and I'm like, the biggest thing that annoys me, it's the perception. Is this team really that bad? No, it's not. If you think about the guys going to camp and the TJ stuff was, I probably clicked in too much with the Aaron Rodgers thing because I was talking about that every day, and that kind of drew me in. But now we're back to talking about receiver 2 and this stuff with the training camp, and I think the TJ made a good deal, and he's going to be a Steeler for life. But a lot of it really is. It's just the perception of making our team worse than what it is. And that stuff sells. Negativity definitely sells. Positivity doesn't sell as much. But that sells in that capacity, right? Calf says, no matter how bad it seems, it could be worse. We could be Browns fans. Browns fans are funny, man. They're loyal. They're very loyal to the cause, to be a football fan of a team. But yeah, I'm super passionate and happy to be a Steelers fan, knowing that we have 6. And I get to go. I've been trying to plan. Recently my Steelers trip to Ireland and Dublin. I'll be going away for like 30 days. So I don't know how many videos I can make in that time. I will have to try and balance a bit of like Steeler stuff and also life stuff because I want to enjoy. My plan at the moment is to go from Ireland to Germany, Prague, I think Norway, and then back to Ireland. So something like that. Or maybe I might go to Iceland or some shit. I have no idea. I got to figure that out. But yeah, it is. Definitely happens all the time. TD says, I'm with you, Mark. Clickbait crap is all over the place. Facebook. It's just the new way of like, back in the day, you get a newspaper, and do they call it sensationalism? I don't know if that's even a word. But yeah, 100% too. They're gonna buy as well. So, funnily enough, though, in my last two, when we go to the schedule, I figured this out. This is gonna be tough. So the Green Bay game, Green Bay is October 26, 8:20 p.m. Right? That's when I fly out. So in Dublin, when I'm back there, it's gonna be 1:30 to watch the game, and I'm looking at a different camera, and then I'll have to like wake up, stream, watch the game, and then legit stay awake for 2 hours later to then start my journey back home to Australia. So that's going to be insane. Unless I can move my flight one day forward and my hotel one day forward. But the way I booked it, and I forgot about it, is I'm leaving on a jet plane, right? I'm leaving the Monday, October 27, which is your October 26. So I'm going to have to leave 3 hours or even an hour after the game finishes, right? And I don't want to, I don't want to miss out on Steelers football, right? Anyways, yes, I did say 2. So you never said 24 hours consecutively. I was thinking I was going to try, but it's going to be too hard. It's going to be too hard to put it all together, right? It's going to be way too hard. I think doing a 12-hour day with podcasters coming on, and I have a bit of lunch in between, will justify the ends to the mean. I think from my side at least, and hopefully you guys can respect that and have a good time. It's gonna be a fucking great day. Twice, right? Calf says, "Do you know when you'll be back again?" Yeah, I'll be back like if I leave October 29th, no 28th, then I'll be back like 2 days after. So, that's part of the song, isn't it? All right. Anyways, that's my little rant. Let's do a quick little ray gun reset because I need water. I'm just fired up, man. I'm fired up. I'm really happy about this team, like the direction. I've been trying to listen to videos. I've been listening to Coach Tomlin. I've been listening to, the media availability, all that kind of stuff. I'm just keen for like the next step. Yeah, I thought so. When I read that, I was like, that's the next step. That's the song. All right, let's do a quick little ray gun reset. And then, because she's still fucking relevant. I don't understand it. I thought this, okay. After this, I'll explain this receiver 2 shit.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? Can you ask me a question? Yes.
Alrighty. Yeah, Jen, I saw bits of that. I saw a little bit of that YouTube stuff. They are on a flex. What, week 9 you said? Heard from someone that every game after the bye can be a flex game. I thought that didn't happen until week 9. I have no idea. I think the NFL is always changing its stripes in terms of that. But let's quickly talk about receiver number 2. And I also want your thoughts about this stuff too. I don't think it's that big of a problem. I know maybe last year it might have been. Now, if DK Metcalf goes down, then who do you got? Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, but he's one of your best players, right? It's like if TJ Watt goes down. It's just different. Now, I probably can't Daredevil. I'm not allowed to. I don't think I'm allowed to. I can't really remember too many, honestly. It was actually a pretty good show. It was I keep looking here at the camera because that's this camera, right? And this camera goes in front, and then you guys go away because my other camera's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Whoops. Hang on. Is it not plugged in? I probably fucking broke. Yeah, I can't tell it's the Mark Norman joke. You guys know who he is. Look him up on YouTube. Because everything nowadays is so sensitive. But it was a fun show, right? But heading back to, and thank you, Juice, for the 11 months for being a member. Appreciate you. You're going to the Cleveland Browns versus Steelers in December for my birthday. There you go, 28th. We talked about this last year with receiver number 2. I actually think that the way they're going to run their offense with Aaron Rodgers and with other players like the playmakers, like Jonnu Smith, Darnell, and Frymouth, that receiver 2 isn't that big of a deal. And I don't know where this idea of receiver 2 comes from, if that makes any sense. Like, since when, was it over the past 2 or 3 years, have we been so obsessed, so fucking obsessed with the terminology and knowledge, or the wording that is wide receiver number 2? And if by the fans say that we have not got that, does that mean our season is overall a bad? It's a bad omen. It won't. We can't win. I just don't understand. I can't figure that out. Where, since when was a framework behind a successful season, depending on the receiver depth and also depending on receiver number 2? If that makes any sense. I just think it's absolutely insane, right? And as Gene says, Jonnu Smith might be an outside threat. He's going to be a threat in the passing game somehow, some way, right? Carl says we need a receiver 2 in case receiver 1 gets hurt. Did that happen, and why are we so worried? What hasn't happened yet in that case, but it's just the fact that it's a talking point in any comments. We can't win because, speaking of receiver, got a ball here. We can't win this year, or the team is not fully functional until we get that. And I actually think it's a bit of an insult to the receivers that we have. I think it's a bit of an insult to Calvin Austin. It's a bit of insult to Roman Wilson, because we haven't seen him play really in a game. And also it's an insult to Ben Skoranek and even Robert Woods, being a veteran receiver for fucking 11 years. I think that comment is almost just as silly as saying fire Tomlin. Like, we need a receiver 2. Explain more. Why do we need a receiver 2? And who's it going to be? What's it look like? When in the framework, I think, is the Steelers are going with those tight ends and, 12 personnel, and they're going to have, DK Metcalf out there, and he's fucking good enough to be 1 and 2. And Calvin Austin now have more space now. Rodgers can work the field with anyone. I don't think it's that big of a deal, right? I just think it's kind of crazy. 100% he's locked in. He's locked in. Skoranek is locked in for sure. Now, I don't know. Michael says, I think they need to bring another receiver, but I think they're giving Roman time to grow into number 2. If they'll get a number 2, if Roman makes his spot solid, they'll bring in a depth. I'm happy to bring in more depth. I just find it's like, it always, the way it's framed and phrased, I feel like it's DK Metcalf, no one here, and then it's all the other guys, right? So I just think it's the way that's framed. I don't think it's that big of a deal, and I don't think there's any talking point really behind it, right? But like I said, it's almost an insult, I think, to Robert Woods being playing. He's been playing 13 years. He's 33. Now, it seems he number 2. Do we have to label these things like this? It's a bit of an insult to Roman Wilson. It's a bit of an insult to Ben Skoranek. It's a bit of an insult to Scotty Miller and the other guys trying to make the team, and also Calvin Austin. But that's why the Steelers went out and tried to they got Jonnu Smith at tight end, because they're going to use him. I keep looking here because the camera. I gotta fucking put this camera away. There we go. I gotta fix that out. Yeah, I keep. I think that it's gonna play out, and we're always so overreaction, and that's why the fear-based stuff is like, oh my goodness, we have to do this. It'd be fine. Depth-wise, yes, maybe go and get another guy. They went and got safety. It's fine. Speaking of that too, I saw some other news in it was via the Steelers Wire, and because they released Patterson today, apparently the Steelers have brought in 5 free agents on Monday for a workout. Via Steelers Wire Kurt Popejoy. He wrote an article and said, here's a list of 5 free agents and workouts. And the funny thing was, there were 3 tight ends and 2 running backs. But I won't go through the names because I have no idea who they are, to be honest. There's 3 tight ends and 2 running backs who were Howard and Nichols. So it looks like they're trying to replace that. I guess maybe if they bring in another tight end, but they get another running back, at least for camp, right? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't need to be. These guys, I always, every year too, it's funny, every year we seem to stress out about, why are you signing that guy to be number 90 man on the roster? It's practice, it's preseason, it's all about building a 90 man team and then cutting a fucking 20 of them and getting to 53 and then getting 16 people to be in the practice squad, right? I believe you too. Roger's going to be like Oprah, you get a pass with weapons, you get a pass. We talked about the other day, DK Metcalf, Jonas Smith, Darnell. You got he can be a weapon in the red zone. He can be a weapon as well in play action. They're going to pass the ball to Kenny G, and Warren's going to get fed the ball. So is Johnson, right? And then you have Austin, and then you have, I think Skronik will pull his weight too, right? And you have other guys like Roman Wilson who need to emerge, at least in the coaching eyes, for Mike Tomlin and the coaches. And Arthur Smith, he's sitting back going, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm building a plan with a lot of people on this roster that are playmakers. And he has a lot of different, I think different abilities and different types of players in this team. Whereas as a fan, we sit back and go, no, we need receiver number 2, otherwise the season's over. G'day, Devin. What's going on, mate? I gave you a big shout out. I thank you for including me in your show the other day when I said Will Howard is awesome. Thank you, mate, for that. I told everyone to go and watch your new episode about Will Howard because it's still journalism and it's creating content and creating videos, but it's also like an insight to his life and a bit of like pump up, backstory. It's a bit of fun and it's a different perception, not just that fear perception of like, oh, this guy can't do that. Will Howard's gonna suck. Oh, Will Howard threw a bad pick. I don't know, man. I just get a bit fucking done with it all. I'm just like, go out, support your team, wave your terrible towel as best you can. Got bloody things coming out of it. And then let's get ready for the season. Like, let's get ready for preseason football. Let's get ready for the defense to hopefully be better on the D-line. And I think the moment we see Cameron Hayward or TJ Watt sack someone, then we're going to go, oh, okay, we could have a chance here. We could have a chance. There you go. And Calf's going to football. He's going to camp tomorrow, right? And all those media things go out the window. The perception of like the Steelers, when Calf walks in to the Steelers camp, and he walks in and he's surrounded by black and gold fans. He gets to see the Steelers in action. He sees them running routes, or he sees them, backs on backers. He's going to walk home and go, that was pretty good. I'm checked in. We definitely do, I think, anything that happens, if it's a pass to the running back and it's a misconnection, or it's like, the Fraser shit is so funny to me. The Zach Frazier, he fumbled the ball 3 times. He snapped it wrong 3 times. And I saw an article saying he needs to be benched. Or should the Steelers bench Frazier? They're not going to bench Frazier. The center that is only getting better each and every year. Right? Yeah, 100%. That will be versus Seahawks too. So, yeah, man. There's some exciting things coming up. That's versus we got the Jets game. Then we have the Seahawks. I'm still, like I said, I'm in preparation for getting ready for Dublin, because when I fly there, I get to meet up at a few pubs here and there. Is Bubba going too? Yeah, and Jeddah was right. We should have complained about the whole team until Tomlin is fired. I don't know, and I know I shouldn't, like, it's just my perspective. It's just my perspective. It's my perspective when I see things, and I don't know, maybe it is my Aussie attitude. Maybe it's why you guys come to the channel and you enjoy it and have fun here. But it's my Aussie perspective where it's not that fucking bad. And I think the internet does that. The internet makes things out to be so bad, when in reality, this team is pretty good, right? And that's just my perception. That's awesome. Is his birthday? Is he going to be at camp? Can we? I don't even know. Am I doing a show with Bubba tomorrow? Does anyone know if Bubba, you're listening? I thought we're doing a show tomorrow, but maybe you're going to be at camp. Or maybe he's going to go to camp and we do a show at night time when he gets back. Now, that'd be freaking dope. I think it is too. I think he might be coming back. That's awesome. So it's Bubba's birthday tomorrow, which he might be going to camp, and then we do a show at 9, maybe 9 p.m. or something like that. Maybe we do a later show when he gets back. Because I think it's like camps like, like 3 p.m. or something like that. Sorry, I got itchy nose. So Michael says, Will Howard training camp update, 31, 35, 88%, 12 passing TDs, 2 rushing TDs, and 0 interceptions. Scouts are raving by him, might be the most prepared rookie they've ever seen. Calm, sharp, and confident. Definitely. So I'm happy with that. I'm all cool with that. But it still is training camp, and at the same time, I got very excited about Kenny Pickett. But if he's handling it the right way, fantastic. That's insane. Yeah, I think he's trying to get a Rodgers jersey. I think he wanted the home one. So, yeah, man. Anyways, that's kind of my show today. So I just want to say a big thanks to you guys and where I was on the weekend. What I'm pretty much going to do from now is getting ready for this 12-hour stream on both of them. Also, trying to cover videos and topics as best I can. And then getting ready I just got to get myself ready for Europe. Get ready for Europe and the Dublin game. Because we are round the corner, man. Like, football is round the corner. And I'm just getting excited. That'd be good too, actually. But, yeah, don't fall into these traps of Roman Wilson isn't productive, or Broderick Jones, is he taking a step back? Don't fall in these traps until we start seeing more football, I think, anyway. Until we're a bit more critical. What up, Jamie? What's going on? If that makes any sense. If a player is playing bad, like we saw, the Claypool, the mess that he was, for sure you can criticize it, but I feel like four practice, 8 hours? 8 hours of practice, and people are already starting to give Jones shit, 100%. Teams in the right direction. Draft picks from last year's. The free agent pickups. Just got to figure out a few things. And also, they have 12 picks next year, too. Just prepare like 6 hours of content. Talk really slow. That's one thing I can't do. As an Australian, we just always talk fast. We always talk really quick. Really, really quick. Hooly dooly. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Is there anything you've seen that not worries you, but is anything that stands out? Like, I know there was a few injuries with that fullback. He was apparently going to be out 4 weeks. There was an injury to Jones. There was an injury to, Ciamalu sitting out. But it's all camp stuff, right? There was Rock Taylor, which I haven't seen any footage on. He had a bit of an injury. Was there anything you've seen that's like out of the ordinary? Anything like that? 100%. Yeah, g'day, George T. Yeah. 12 hours. We'll do from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bang. And then 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. again. Be much easier. Much, much easier. O-line coach and Jones stepping up are only my concerns. Yeah, but yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. But it's not like, it's not the end of the world, It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Yeah, and here's one thing too. I will chop this in half. When I saw this first, I thought, oh yeah, Muth's a bit like this, right? Muth later came out on the Pat McAfee show and said he wasn't angry at Aaron Rodgers. He was angry at himself because he ran the wrong route. Exactly right. Exactly right. So this stuff is just grabbed straight away, and we talk about it straight away. And I just think it's overall, not that it doesn't mean much, but there's not much to it. If Rodgers goes out there and slings the ball 4 for 4, 2 TDs, and in practice looks absolutely awesome, we love it. If he goes out there and swings 0 for 4, we hate it, right? 100%. Yeah. Hooey dooly. Alrighty, let me get another ray gun reset because I need a water and I've been speaking too fast today. And we're gonna calm down, and end on a good note. All right. It happens every year, every single fucking year, every year. Definitely, I saw that today. Yeah, definitely. Right, every year the overreacting is just like, nah. But this is like with it. Yeah. Anyways, let's calm down on the other 20 minutes, the other 15 minutes. All right, here we go.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? Can you ask me a question? Yes.
Alrighty, so let's calm down. Let's chillax a bit. Let's just think about some good things this team has. The more I watch and listen to Caleb Johnson, I'm becoming a big fan, and I want to see him. You know, I've seen the odds out for the rookies, and for him to become Rookie of the Year, I think it'll be quite cool. But I think he's taking everything in. I think he's being a part of the offense. I think he's learning from Warren. Those are the good things, right? Stuff like that. I haven't heard too much about, the some of the other rookies like Sawyer and that, but that's plainly just on me not having the right amount of information, or I haven't seen the right amount of videos, right? But I've seen some guys, like Johnson. I think he's going to make an impact straight away. Definitely. And he still looks fast, dude. He looks fucking quick. He looks quick. They're wearing pads tomorrow. I still want to have TJ driving Roger in the ground, stuff like no. They'll do backs on backers and stuff like that. For sure. Oh, excuse me. That's what I'm saying too. It's time. It's training camp. It's time to correct mistakes. You know? And yeah, I think as well, you're right. A solid base for Will. I like the fact that Will Howard can compete or can play behind Rodgers and Rudolph, and we don't need to have him play this year. They can play him next year, right? So I'm not worried if they throw a camp or practice, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes too, I've actually heard things before where sometimes I think like the team or the players will maybe they'll throw an interception on purpose to see the reaction of the offense and stuff like that. This is all stuff that can be corrected and get better, right? This is why I find the overreaction, if you read a lot of things, I don't mind hearing about, okay, I read an article, because you know what too? I was going to the Steelers, like the actual Steelers. If you go to the Steelers report, there's a training camp report July 27, and there are some things in this that are not, there's no emotion really to them. It's just stating the facts, what kind of happened, right? So it says here, on the first snap of Sunday 7 shots, this time the ball got back to Aaron Rodgers with a proper pace and accuracy. This is by Bob Labriola. It was a quick and easy throw to Jonnu Smith for a touchdown. All right, there's nothing really to it. Next play, Rodgers to DK Metcalf, fell incomplete. Rodgers' third play, he threw a quick, accurate throw to Pat Frymouth. And another one of those looked like he was stealing. I guess it looked pretty easy. Mason Rudolph was next up in rotation. First play to Max Hurleyman, the running back, dropped a pass in the end zone. Next play, Rudolph threw a fade tight end to Darnell Washington. Darius Slay came over and then made the interception. These are just facts. Like, they're just fact-driven. There's nothing to it on this side or the other side, right? A few observations that Bob Labriola had was over the course of the afternoon, practice rookie DT Y.A. Black batted 2 passes at the line of scrimmage, put his big paws up. He's doing the Cameron Hayward impersonation, both of which came at Rudolph at quarterback. Tomlin said Black had shown aptitude for getting his hands on passes during his college days at Iowa, but it's something we really value here. And 100% Cameron Hayward, like, he led the DL line last year, like 8 or 9 of them. So those kind of things are interesting, just stating facts of what happened. Throughout the first 4 practices, Rodgers has been the number 1 quarterback in all drills, Rudolph being number 2, and we know that Howard has been number 3, and other times Skylar Thompson. That's been the natural rotation, right? It says here, one of the matchups they're looking forward to is backs on backers, is Kenny G versus Peyton Wilson. right? Says here that Mike Tomlin wants to see the reality is of the matchup is component is guys' ability to cover people, athletic linebackers like him versus Kenny G, who's really quick on his feet in the passing game. So you go to read on a few more stuff. There's injury updates, all that kind of shit, and there's nothing really to it. There's nothing that really says this team is shit or awful or terrible. It's just stating what happened. I guess it's now the role of YouTubers and other journalists out there that paint the picture a different way, right? So there's just been training stuff happen all the time. Yeah, I might talk about that too in a minute as well. Who did I miss? Is someone else in the house? I think Chloe's here. Yeah, I thought that as well. I thought there was something like that where Ben said he threw different types of passes, interceptions, because it's training camp. It doesn't matter. Like, you're learning to get better. G'day, Chloe. What's going on? And is Shane in the house too? What up, Shane? What's going on, mate? How are you? And g'day, Mackle in the house too. And g'day, Pittsburgh Toddy 86. No, I didn't see him get an extension. I saw that Minka gave the Steelers a really good send-off. He said thank you to Steeler fans and thank you to the organization, which is really cool. So hopefully I made my point today. It's training camp. It doesn't. Not everything is bad. Not everything. You sunburnt. There you go. That sounds like a. Wait, that sounds like a bad time. You're sunburnt and you got to listen to. You have to listen to me talk about Steelers football. That sounds like a bad time. Jedevil says Steelers D-line's in trouble. DeMarvin Lau had heat sickness and he threw up. I thought that was interesting too. I think I talked about that in my G'day Steelers Nation. I was like, in what world have we ever been notified that the defensive end or defensive lineman was going to, he bent over and threw up everywhere because it was hot. We've never really been told stuff like that before, you know? We've never really had to have an opinion and people say, oh, he's not conditioned. Nah, maybe he was just fucking hot. Maybe he was just hot, exhausted, and he threw up. Maybe there's nothing to that besides that. Maybe his health and his conditioning is okay. And it was really hot. He walked outside. He didn't maybe eat right this morning and he just threw up. There's nothing behind it, right? There's nothing behind it. So this stuff's kind of, yeah, he maybe ate too much. I don't know, dude. There's nothing really, to be honest, there's nothing really to it. 100%. 110%. I didn't even read what you just said. Got a new rug. It really pulls a room together. Is that a joke? Like, isn't it a real joke? Anyways, yeah, I know. We saw him throw up in the Miami game too. I think it was a Miami game? Was it? Or was he playing Miami? I feel like he just bent over and just went like that. You know. What up, Bubba? They're telling me tomorrow is your birthday. So I want to know too, while you're here, Bubba. Bubba and Shane are both here. Are we doing the show tomorrow? Are you going to are you going to camp tomorrow? Training camp. Almost called it tramp. If you're going to training camp tomorrow, are we doing the show after? And what time? Do you want to do the show like 8 p.m., 9 p.m.? What time can you get back home if we're going to do it? Yeah, 100%. There's nothing too bad. It's all right. Yeah, I hope he does too. I hope he has like, I'm not against Minka. I hope he has a good end to his career. All right, 8 p.m. So I'll make that after. I'm going to go to the pub in about, I'm going to walk down the pub very soon because I got to get there before 2:30. In the next half an hour, I'm going to go have some good food, come back, and I'll make the session. Hopefully it's been good. Holy dooly. But this is why I love these Steelers. I love the Steelers community because I get to go meet you guys all overseas. I get to be there and support our team. But yeah, I'm not worried, like I said, with the chat sports stuff, with the over-dramatization and the perception of our team being shit or terrible. And oh my goodness, it's time to worry. There's no time to worry. The time right now is to be checked in, to support your team. Even if you're not that overly positive, it's still time to support your team and get after it. It's not a time to worry. I didn't wait 7 fucking months to worry. I didn't do content all off season to sit down now and say, oh, we haven't got this, or this guy's not, doing that. It's not I'm not going to be worried. And we ain't got no fucking worries here in Australia. No worries, right? But yeah, happy birthday to Bubba tomorrow, man. This will be a good time. What time are you going to camp? And are you going to go film, are you going to film the backs on backers too? There you go. Triple B and Bubba says, I'm worrying how fucking hot it's going to be tomorrow. How hot's it going to be? You might need your hat. Tell you one thing I'm not worried about is Jalen Ramsey, I think, is going to be a player for us too. I think he's going to be a highlight. Wherever they put him. What's it? Pittsburgh weather, Latrobe. How hot's it going to be tomorrow? 30 degrees? Nothing. It's 25 degrees right now. It's nice. So tomorrow, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, around like 90 something. 32. That's not too hot. 32 degrees is nice. Yeah, I've seen hotter. About 32. That's about 90 degrees. But yeah, it should be fun. Be a good time. I wish I could go. I wish, you know what? I wish I had a media pass. I would love, I see random people, and I don't know how I sign up for it. Maybe I've got to sign up for it next year. Like, wouldn't it be great if I could just travel there for a week or 2 weeks and have a media pass and tell you my observations, but I'd actually be there. I'd be there. I'd take videos, take notes down, and I would record every single day. I don't know how I get a media pass. If anyone knows how to get me a media pass, how do I get a media pass where I'm allowed to, 1, A, film, and 2, be on the sideline? And I would have my perception as a fan. Somehow I need to make it happen. I would travel there every training camp for the duration. I'd stay there. I'd stay in the fucking dorms. I'd stay in a hotel and rock up every day and take videos. And if I was allowed to ask questions, I would love to do it. I've been trying to get one for years. I want to get one. How do I get it? Like, I would love to do it. Because I think it'd be interesting if I could have that Australian aspect to it, right? G'day, Afton. What's going on? Yeah, 90's okay. Not too hot. Not too hot at all. Yeah, I've been hearing some good things about Ramsey, dude. I think he's going to be... I know the situation with Minka looks different, but our secondary looks much better than it did last year. The fact we have guys that now can, I think, hit hard, and I think the Ramsey getting him for the 4-year deal is very, very exciting. No, fans cannot film practice audio or video recording on any device from the Steelers. They probably do, though. They probably still do. 100% Mike, I'm with you, dude. G'day, Rob, what's going on? And welcome everyone coming really late into the chat. I don't know if the notifications didn't go off or if you were busy, but thank you coming to the chat for all 17 people in the chat, man. I'm just getting ready soon to go down the pub and have a bit of a meal. I've actually been very lucky. I've had 4 days off. I had 2 days off in Sydney, and I had my 2 planned days off just to, get ready for the week and stuff. But yeah, I would love to do it, man. I would love to be part of Steelers media where I was allowed to film and then give you my observations. Like, it'd probably be like a 10-minute video, and then I'd do a live stream, back at the hotel. Definitely, I've been to Bali and stuff like that when it's really humid. We had a really hot office, a hot summer. I just want to try and figure it out. It'd be great if I could have Steeler Nation Australia represented that way. It'd be good fun. I'd have to, 100%. I've tried. I reached out to him, nothing happened. And definitely. They have to catch me filming. Yeah, that's right. I think you get away with it. Like, you can get away with some stuff. Definitely, dude. I haven't eaten all morning. Okay, one sec. Don't switch. What'd you send me? There you go. Is that a real thing? So how do I do it? I'll have to do it for 2027. Because I'm only going to Pittsburgh once next year. How the fuck do I open that? I can actually apply for it? Wow. Imagine if I got it. Could I live there then? Could I live like in the locker room stuff? Cool, man. I'll look it up. All right, thank you, Shano. We'll see you tomorrow around 8 p.m. When we get back from. And this is gonna be Bubba's. Tomorrow we're gonna celebrate Bubba's birthday. Bubba's birthday stream. We're gonna celebrate him. Try and get them to 500 subs. And he's going to training camp to watch his fucking favorite team. And that's why we do it, man. That's why we're behind our team, man. True, that could be a possibility as well. Yeah, now I'm getting pumped up. Yeah, 100%, dude. Mike's on fire recently. Tom was excited about the team. He loves a press man, corners, and Khan hooked him up 100%. Rob says the pads come on tomorrow. I get a good feeling about this defense in terms of the secondary probably being the best in a long time. The fact we got Darius Slay there too. We have, Ramsey at cornerback, an older veteran, but still, and Joey Porter, and I think Deshaun Elliott. Like these are some good moves for our secondary. They're quite exciting, to be honest. And there won't be too much time for the Steelers opposition to throw the football when they're getting rushed by fucking TJ Watt as well. Right? 100%, dude. I hear you. Yeah, we're going to do a birthday stream party for Bubba tomorrow. There you go, 54 years young. Same number as Frazier, right? 54? Maybe you can get him to sign a jersey. There you go. Alrighty. No, I think it's his birthday tomorrow for sure. Alrighty, Steel Nation. Let's, right now, Bubba, it's actually your birthday in Australia. So happy Australian birthday to Bubba. One good mate of the channel, one good bloke here on Steelers Dynasty Podcast. Thank you, Michael. There we go. Thank you very much. Good show near the end. It really ramped up. I had to get that frustration at the start, and then it really ramped up. But he's 54, right? Is he 54, Zach Frazier? Or am I lying to myself? Nah, he is. Yeah, there we go. Zach Frazier, 6'3", 54, year 2, West Virginia. He's throwing bad snaps, but he'll be right, mate. She'll be fine. Alrighty, let's get out of it then, Steel Nation. We'll get out of here. I'm going to go to the pub. I'm going to have a good time. And we hope to hear the good reporting from Bubba tomorrow, 8 p.m. on Steelers Nation Australia and also Steelers Dynasty Podcast. Definitely. Alrighty. It's going to be a good day, man. I hope you have a really good day. Yeah, dude. This is what I love. This is all the good stuff. This is all the good stuff, not the fear shit. The team's better. We're going to have a good season. And we're now getting ramped up for preseason football where we can see our black and gold Steelers hit the other team. Yeah. Wait. Train by day, Steel Nation all night. But wait. Wait. Hang on. What is it? Train by day, Steel Nation by night, all day. That's fantastic. Even though it's like copyright, it's probably like Joe Rogan's probably going to sue me now. He's going to probably sue me. But he says that on his podcast. What does he say? Train by day. Joe Rogan all by night, all day. Alrighty, Steel Nation, let's get out of here. Thank you so much. Bubba, enjoy tomorrow the whole day training camp. And tomorrow we're going to get reporting from Bubba on his birthday about our Steelers. It's going to be fantastic. Alrighty, let's get out of here. Set my outro video. And let's play this one today. I'll see you later.
After the next two, is he still aggressive?
Yeah, what do they call him? The con artist? I like that. I saw that, man. That's pretty good. It's a cool nickname.